a little study about Muhammad and his pervert sexual behavior, you can go and do your own research about pedophile. And obviously Muhammad is nothing but a pedophile. There's no way a man at the age of 54 is going to have a sexual desire to a child. She is 5 years old. In fact, Muhammad, he asked for the hand of a woman, but when he asked for her, she was an infant. Imagine, she was an infant. This man is truly a pervert. If you remember the story of the guy whose name is Jabir. Jabir is a man who did marry a female widow. This man Jabir, he was a terrorist with Muhammad. So he go and he rape, he kidnap women, etc. But he married. So he married a woman, she is a widow. Muhammad noticed that this man, he is in a rush to go home. So Muhammad, he asked him, hey Jabir, why you are going home fast? Did you get married? The man, he said yes. Muhammad, because he's a pervert, he said, did you marry a young child or a previously married woman? You see, in the Muslim translation here, it says a virgin or matron. This is not what it says. In Arabic, it says jariya or previously married. Jariya mean a child, a young little child. In fact, look here, the same story. Look at the translation. Oh Jabir, have you married? He said yes. He said a virgin or a matron. I said a matron. He said, why don't you marry a young girl that you may play with her and she play with you? Do you see what is interesting in marrying a young girl? What young? We are talking about playing with her. Playing. Do you see the growing man Muhammad? He liked to play with the children's. This is what pedophile is about. They enjoy spending time with the little ones. Why you don't marry a young girl so she could play with you and you play with her? Do you see it? So why he's advising him to go after a young child? So we can play with the girl. Play. So now I am 54 years old. My name is Muhammad. And I am advising, and this is now Muhammad, maybe he's almost in his 60. He's advising his man, why you marry a widow? This is not fun. This is not fun. You should go and find a child so she can play with you and you play with her. Then the man, he said to Muhammad, well, I prefer to marry a growing woman because my brother, he died and he left for me a bunch of orphans. So I chosen to marry a woman so she can take care of them, not someone in their age. And now we understand very well that the man, he preferred to marry a mature woman, not a child, not someone in their age. Read carefully what this hadith says. My father died. Another story says my brother left behind 7 or 9 daughters. I married a woman. The Prophet of Allah said, did you marry? You got married to Jabir? I replied, yes. He asked, is she a virgin or a martyr? I replied, she is a martyr. And obviously here the virgin is not correct translation. How we know? From the rest of the story. He said, why don't marry a virgin girl so that you might play with her? This is not about a virgin. What do you mean virgin? Virgin, she can be 18 years old. It's a virgin. We are talking about a child, not virgin. This is a false translation. Why you don't marry a child so you can play with her? And how now we will confirm she is a child? Very carefully, the rest. So you might make her laugh. Look at this. So you might make her laugh and she make you laugh. Pervert, you know. This man is a pedophile. This is what the pedophile they like. I said, my father died, leaving me 7 or 9 girls, between two bracket orphans. I did not like to bring a young girl like them. What we call someone is an orphan, is that a person who is 18, 16, 17, or we are talking about someone is a child? What orphan mean? If you are 20 years old, and your dad and your mom, they die, are you an orphan? No, you are not. So now he is explaining to him, to the pervert Muhammad, saying, well, you know what, my father, he died, and he have a bunch of girls who they are little, so young. So I prefer not to marry someone in their age. So I married a woman who can look after them, not a child like them. So what the point is? The point, he want to marry a woman, and this is why he married a woman. She can look after them. So obviously she is like them, and obviously they cannot look after themselves. Do we agree? Do we agree that this is what it says? He married a woman for the purpose she can look after them. And he said, I prefer not to marry someone like them, which means like the children. Obviously those children, they cannot look after themselves. Do we need more proof that Muhammad is a pervert? First of all, the man is happy, he is not complaining. What's your business? Why a man, he go to a man and says, why you marry a widow? Why? What's your business? What's your business? The guy is not fighting with the wife, is not complaining, he is not coming to Muhammad asking for advice, nothing. What is the business of Muhammad to ask him why you don't marry a child? So the pervert Muhammad, and here by the way, you will notice that mean that Muhammad, when he married Khadija, wasn't his favorite choice. As you see, Khadija is not a virgin too, and she is not young, she is way older than him. So why Muhammad married her? Based on this story, Muhammad, he prefer a child to be in the bed. It is not his first choice to have a woman, she is a widow. Do we agree? Do we agree with that? If this is if his favorite choice to marry a woman, she is a widow, well, then he will not advise the man, questioning his decision. He's saying, why? Look, he said, why don't you marry a virgin? Do you see it? A child. Muhammad questioning the wisdom and the decision of the man. Why you married a child? Why you don't marry a child? Which means Muhammad, when he married a woman, she is not a child, he was not doing the right thing. So Muhammad, he married Khadija because she is rich. Otherwise, his favorite is to marry children. When Khadija, she died, Muhammad now have a free, open way. Khadija, she is the one who controlled the money, she is rich, and Muhammad is still now is not making good money. He announced himself as a prophet, yes, but he is not a leader, he is not a prince of war, he is not a person who have warriors, he is not making money. So he stayed under obedience to Khadija until she died. Khadija died, then the pervert inside Muhammad come out to existence.